Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what is going on? You are on the sidelines with the Sideline Guys. It's your boy, your favorite mediator himself. You already know. Dwayne, I'm in the building. How y'all feeling? And I'm joined by a bevy of hosts, including, well, I'll let this host kind of give the official announcement about a brand new look to the Sideline Guys on today. So I'm going to let him do that. So without further ado, I'll just pass this thing around the room and we'll go ahead and start with Mr. Derek, the Eagle flying, Celtic loving, anti-cowboy hating, as you know, himself, Mr. hard worker himself, as everybody knows, Derek Myers.
What's going on, bro?
What's going on? How you feeling, good sir?
I'm good, man. Just a little tired, but I'm good.
Just a little
Can't
tired.
complain.
Hey, I feel that, man. But look, you're energetic because we on a great show today, and we got a lot in store for you guys. So without further ado, before we let Mr. Derek give this special announcement to the people, I'm going to introduce two other dope hosts on this very show. First and foremost, right here, well, he's below me, but, you know, he could be anywhere else on the opposite end of the screen. So, my man, the number one bill of Kings and Buffaloes all over. He is the number one, and probably only, depending on how you put it, if there's still any out there right now, the number one Knicks fan.
The only. The only.
Could be the sole survivor. The sole survivor of the New York Knickerbockers. He is.
Hired that Tom Thibodeau, you know.
Hired Tom Thibodeau, you know what I'm saying, which we'll get into. But he is also, also your resident New York Yankee himself, Mr. Jonathan Toronto.
What's up? What's up? 27-time champ Yankee fan is what you say when you talk about my Yankees, first of all.
Oh, come on now.
Also, I have.
That's
all I listen. That's all I got because we got four straight Super Bowl losses. And, we don't talk about that. 27.
I forgot it was 4.
What's up?
They'll start tearing up. Y'all leave them alone.
We can't mess with them.
I ain't talk about that. We move on. We keep going. What's up, brothers? How you doing?
I will be bringing that up when you bring my Eagles up, though. I will be bringing that up.
You didn't gave the old. See, you didn't gave him the fuel, Jonathan.
Yep.
How'd you do that to him? You couldn't remind him that.
Man,
it's okay. Look.
No.
But it's good to have. It's good to be back, fellas. I mean, it's been a minute since we did the Sideline Guys thing, man. So it's great to have everybody back. I'm loving it. Shout out to you guys out there if you're fans of the Sideline Guys. If you're listening to us on Six Families Radio, what's up? How you doing? If you're listening on Tuned In, shout out to you as well. We appreciate you for tuning in. Make sure you hit that little heart above real quick. You know what I'm saying? There's a little heart up there. If you're listening on Tuned In, make sure you click that. Hey, can't forget about you guys on Podcast Nation of Spotify and, as you know, Apple Podcasts. Make sure you take the time to rate us, okay? If you're on Apple, hit those little 5 stars. Hit that subscribe button. It's big, purple, and square. You can't miss it. And, of course, leave some comments. Let us know how you like the show. And same thing for you Spotify kids out there, you Spotifalians out there. Go ahead and make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let them know how you feel about us real quick. You know what I mean? And again, welcome. We love you. Now, that being said, let me introduce another great host. And, as my man Derek is going to say, the mantle, which, I'm saying, we're not going to give that away right now. But this man right here, I guess we can officially call this man temporarily a New England Patriot at the moment.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Fuck that.
Temporary.
Fuck that.
Come out. Temporary New England Patriot.
Let's go,
Pats. You guys may know him as the perennial powerhouse podcaster himself.
I give respect on that.
And, of course, my personal nickname for this man, the brand new Diabolical Hater 2.0, officially and unofficially appointed to him by Mr. Skip Bayless. This man is the one, the only, Parker Gailey.
Let's go.
Good.
Let's go, Pats.
Man, fuck all that. Hell no. Talking about them same Pats that had lost all defensive players this year. Yeah, it ain't happening.
That's right, and we still gonna beat the Bills, and we still gonna win the. We still gonna win the conference, baby.
Oh, and I can't forget.
You sure he's not Shannon on the Henny? Talking about Skip.
Hey, wait. And we can't forget, ladies and gentlemen, I almost forgot to include in my intro, we can't forget the number one James Harden fan / Houston Rocket.
That's right.
Yeah.
Till I die. Die on this hill. Also, Florida Gators, college football, but no. James Harden, I just love to support who people hate. Cam Newton, James Harden. I mean, look. I'm built for
Cam Newton, but
I'm built for this. I'm built for this.
Carson Edwards dunked on Harden yesterday.
Oh, no. Not just Harden, Westbrook too.
Oh my gosh. You guys are so soft. You call that dunked on?
That man got up, man.
Hey, look.
Oh, fellas.
What was the final score?
That was it's fine. It's a scrimmage. It's a scrimmage. And also we didn't not one of the starters played, right? Our top seven.
Bro, wave it off.
Yeah.
Bro, I knew that was gonna happen. Derek, I texted Derek. I was like,
yeah.
He's like, hey, the bench is making it tough. I was like, all right, wait till the fourth quarter when you get.
It turned around. It turned around as soon as I sent that text.
I know it did. It really did, bro. Because I was about to start sending a text to you and start fucking with you.
I was like, why the hell did I say that? Man?
He broke his own. He broke his own jinx, people.
This is why I don't do that. This is exactly why I don't do that. During the Super Bowl, Eagles Super Bowl, I wasn't talking about anything.
I don't touch my phone.
It's something about that superstition of sports. Like I don't care what it is. If the Celtics are playing and I miss the tip off, I don't watch the game.
Dude, I used to wear sunglasses inside with the same boxers on every week. Trust me.
Yo,
I know.
Every time I watch a Bills game, team football I've held for 4 years now. I have to squeeze in the right arm. If I don't, they don't score. They probably still don't anyway.
That must be defensive touchdowns.
Listen. Past couple years, we've been all right.
I know the
feeling. No. Well, let's get to talking, boys. What's up?
Before we get to talking, actually, because I know Parker, I know Jonathan, and I know Derek are definitely ready to dive into this thing real quick. Mr. Derek, would you like to make this announcement now, or would you like to make it at the end of the show?
Yeah, we can make it right now.
Okay,
I am stepping away as co-host of the Sideline Guys, and the new co-host.
Afraid.
I run from no man.
Derek's going to Fox.
He instigating, coach.
He going to Fox. You got the luxury deal.
I'll tell you, man. If I get that luxury deal, win. Put that wax. Win. It's gonna be. We all eating. Trust.
That's right.
But I have to step away from the show so that I can focus on other things with OTS. So my man Parker here, great co-host of the Perennial Powerhouse podcast. He's going to step up in my place, and
Parker.
Jonathan's new co-host for the show. So I am excited for the new look. This is what our third. This is like our third incarnation of the show.
Hey, but I will say,
but it's awesome.
It's the OG show.
This is the OG show,
and we've learned to evolve and adapt. Yeah. And no matter who my co-host is, I'm whooping that ass regardless. So it don't matter.
Whoa!
Hey, it don't matter.
Let me say this. Let me make this clear. You didn't whoop my ass one time.
Okay. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, play back the footage of the previous episodes of Sideline Guys, and you determine who the real winner.
You know what? I take that back. He did get me one time. Nathan and I were trashing him on the Bills at the beginning of the season. And
I got receipts on that one.
Yeah, I didn't. I said the Bills weren't gonna go past what four games, I think, 4 wins.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
Nathan had us at 3.
Yeah. So I do apologize. That I should not have said that one.
I mean, nobody really focuses.
I don't know.
On
I didn't know the team, so
nobody does. Yeah. Now people are starting to learn about them a little bit.
Yeah. So I got respect. I got respect. But I appreciate Parker for being able to step up in this place, and you guys take it to another level. So I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yes, sir.
Let me say this.
Welcome, Parker. Welcome.
I'm glad this is mostly radio because I'm not as good looking as Derek. But I do bring more controversy. And I can tell you this.
Yeah.
Jonathan better be ready because we got to get after it. And let me tell you this, though. Also, the fans should be happy that Cam went to the Patriots because we got a new rivalry up in here. We got Bills Pats up in here.
Bills Mafia versus Pats.
And I will tell we Pats everything. Pats Nation. I mean, as a veteran Pats fan.
After this year. His 1 month experience. His 1 month experience.
Hey, get it right. A month and 4 days. Get it right.
There you go. Sorry about that.
And as I will tell you this though, Jonathan, I will say this: out of any host he's ever co-hosted with, I know about the Bills the most, only for this reason. As an ex-Panthers fan, the Bills love to steal our coaches and our players.
We are Carolina North.
That is
you are true. Carolina in the
snow. You know what? I will take that because what they do have success for years and years.
That's right. You took our defensive coordinator, Sean McDermott, Super Bowl defensive coordinator.
That's true. All I do, and Derek talked about it in previous podcasts.
Star Latulippe, he just opted out, by the way.
Andy Reid, that tree. Ron Rivera, Sean McDermott. Everybody comes from that tree, man.
That tree
is
the best.
I'm thankful. If not for Sean McDermott, we still be talking about like the 3-13 Bills. We'll put it that way.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We'll get into that deeper. But get ready. Hey, all I'm saying is get ready for the peaks and valleys that us Panthers fans are those Panthers fans have.
Let me be clear.
Emphasize those. We're kicking you out the door, Carolina.
I don't know them.
New England.
I don't know them folks.
Hey Parker. if Cam leaves New England at the end of the season and goes to Atlanta, are you a Falcons fan?
Dun dun dun.
He won't bowl a 28-3 lead. I'll tell you that.
He won't.
Facts.
He wouldn't.
So
it
won't happen. It won't happen. But in a hypothetical situation, if he leaves the Pats, I'm thinking that Cam's career is probably on a decline. So at that point, I always have love for Cam. But at that point, I'd probably would just. I don't know if I'd go back to just being a Panthers fan or if I just would. I just have so much love for Cam. That's the only reason I'm even considering being a Patriots fan. I've always respected the Patriots, but I don't know. I might go back to being a Panthers fan, or I might just say screw it and be like, all right, who do I like now? But I would pick honestly, today when I saw that Tua Tagovailoa was cleared to play, I was like, let's go Dolphs. But I can't say that right now. Let's go Pats.
What if Cam has a great season and still ends up leaving the Pats?
That's what I think is going to end up happening.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I don't think Belichick lets that happen. But if he does, if Cam has a great season, wherever Cam goes, I go.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I'm asking. Because I think Stidham is going to be the guy.
What's gonna hurt a lot of these teams in turn to players? The cap's going down like $30 million next year. Like they already said it is. Mm-hmm. So if Cam balls out, he ain't taking less. He shouldn't take less. So he may just leave.
Well, I mean, what's Mahomes is making? I mean, it's just it's all going to
49, 50
Hey,
million.
good for Bosa, Garrett, and Mahomes right now signing these big deals before this
surprised. Cap. I'm surprised. The teams are even willing to do it, man. That's a lot of money they're committed to. They don't even know what the cap's really going to be. So.
And I'll say, well, we can get into cap too, talking about this whole COVID situation, but I don't know where we want to go with that, you know?
We'll
we can go on the fly with anything, man.
That's what I'm saying.
That's cool.
We'll definitely do that. So without further ado then, let's go ahead and let's talk some NBA real quick to kick things off because right now, it is July 29th, 2020. And well, more than likely, if you're listening to this by now, chances are the NBA season has officially started. So therefore, fellas, we are back. We are officially back into the NBA.
Thank God.
Let's fucking go!
Come
We
on,
finally
baby.
have the NBA back, and it is time to pick up where COVID left it off.
Let me just repeat real quick. The NBA is fucking back, boys.
Back.
Like we have
Let me
sports. I don't have to
let me
watch
say this.
bowling.
Like sports are back. I don't have to watch baseball. I don't have to watch baseball.
Look, I
Sports
watch
are back.
tournaments.
Baseball can get good, towards like playoff time.
I will say this: it is
It's
a little
hype.
bit. The 60-game season makes it a little bit more
Intense.
intense, but
Right.
I mean, it's still baseball.
Yeah, I hear it. Look, I'm a Yankees fan till I die, but I get the level of popularity compared.
Yeah.
But
I'm a Braves fan. So.
man, we're ready to roll with this NBA thing, man. We got
Sure.
what was it? Pelicans and Jazz tomorrow.
Yeah.
Kings Jazz, baby.
Man, just talking that environment. Like, what do you think, Parker? How do you think it's like? Do you think it's weird? Have you watched any exhibitions?
I've probably watched. So I've watched all the Rockets games, and then I've watched probably 5 or 6 of the exhibitions on and off. But
Yeah.
I think that when I first started watching, I was like, this is going to be summer league. This is trash. And the more I started to kind of watch, I mean, obviously it's a little bit different. I know the Rockets played the Celtics and they played their whole bench, but I really believe that it is going to be, I kind of think that it's going to be even more intense in the bubble. I think that as fans, you can hear so much on the court, and I feel like these guys have been off. You're going to have more energy. You're going to have guys that are hungry. I mean, think about all this. If you really think about it, think about all of the storylines between even teams that aren't even really in consideration, but still in Orlando in the bubble. And they're like, let's go. Like, this is our time. Like, when do we ever have this opportunity to get 4 months off and then just hoop and go? And like, I think we're going to get like that style of like, almost like, I don't want to say style of basketball as far as AAU, but like that atmosphere where it's just like, these guys are going to come at each other's throats. Mm-hmm. No fans, just straight up basketball. So I'm super, I don't like, when people talk about a diluted version or like a asterisk next to the championship, I say, fuck that. I think this is going to be one of the hardest championships to win. I think this is going to be one of the most intense playoffs and the intense 8-game seed-in series in the history of NBA. So I think tips off to anyone who comes out at the top of this. So I'm excited.
The league in general, you think of like the talent of players. So every player in the NBA is talented, right? And the biggest thing for talking about your role players and dwindling down the amount of players you use in the playoffs, will they do that? Because the biggest thing was, those bench guys can't produce in a hectic or crazy setting or environment. Well, that's not there. So these guys who are 12th on the bench that were top stars in college and high school, they ain't got nothing to worry about but to hoop. So talk about the asterisk. Everybody's playing at their highest level because there ain't nothing else to worry about but hoop. It's just hoop. Right. That's it. It's ball is what you know. It might be the hardest chip ever.
That's what I'm saying.
Talking about the asterisk, easily. I think.
Yeah, the asterisk the other way. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. I mean, I honestly looking at the league, because it's been so long since we actually had some hoop, right? I mean, 4 months, and all these teams coming fresh. Everybody's talented in my eyes in a situation like this. Do we really know who's going to win?
That's like, and when I think about it, I think there's 5 teams I could see coming out the top of this. I could see maybe even more, but obviously you have both of the LA teams. You have the Bucks. I mean, the Nuggets, the Rockets, the Celtics, the Heat are an underdog. I mean, and I will say this: I think it's. I mean, obviously everyone's healthy. and smart by Brad Stevens to not play his starters last night because obviously Eric Gordon went out for 2 weeks with an ankle injury.
Yeah.
I am worried about the one thing with the Celtics that I'm worried about is Kemba. But you see Anthony Davis because he's got that knee injury still.
He's got the knee
injury.
So
where did that come up? Was that before
that was before
the restart?
That was before
that's why I'm worried.
That's worrisome in general, long term.
That's why I'm worried. Kemba's played a combined 9 minutes for scrimmage. They say he's out because of his knee. He's been off for 4 months. That's why I'm worried. Anthony Davis is going to be back. So you're going to have these guys with the exception of like really, if you do really think about it, you're going to have pretty much every person in this bubble is healthy except like maybe like 4 or 5 guys.
Couple guys, right?
Yeah, and even like an Anthony Davis, his eyes hurt, who's going to be back and playing on tomorrow night.
Right.
So it's
I mean, Anthony Davis, right when the bubble the bubble opened or when they got there, he went on an interview to say this is the healthiest he's been in years.
Yeah.
Because he's had those little knick-knack, when we hoop just, with friends and stuff, right? After you feel like a little nick here, something in your back bothering you, that type of stuff. He says you don't have none of that.
Well, think about like the
superstar.
Think about the biggest stars like LeBron, Kawhi, Harden, Westbrook, like Anthony Davis. Even Kemba's going to benefit from this. You're talking every single like these guys who put in night in and night out this hard end work.
Right.
And then you kind of see like, obviously the argument for Harden is he's worn out during the playoffs. Now with obviously the load management of Kawhi and then LeBron getting older, like we're about to see like
the clash
everything.
Of the Titans.
Yeah, like seriously, like we're going to see it's going to be insane.
Honestly, when you talk about the Rockets though, or in general, let's talk about all the teams. You want someone who just has been through those battles.
Yeah.
When it comes to a team who has that dog mentality. I mean, so you talk about just the teams that you mentioned, Parker. Each of those teams had that guy. Derek, I told you the day y'all signed Kemba, that's a dog. Like that's the skill of Kyrie with the mentality of a dog. You know what I mean? So, man, just finding players like that. I mean, Westbrook.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, like these guys have chips on their shoulders too. Guys like Kemba who haven't had that opportunity to be in a winning situation, going from the Hornets. But like hot take here, believe it or not, my Eastern Conference Finals is going to be with a healthy Kemba, the Celtics, and then the Miami Heat if the seeding works out.
I love that idea. That is a great Eastern Conference Finals. I love that.
I think that would be that's kind of how I see it turning out. I think this playoff is going to be so much different than any other playoff we've ever had, but I also feel like it's going to be the most exciting playoff we've ever had.
Especially with its absence and looking at how that much more now people are hungry to see true competitive nature back at its full effect. Yes, it's a bit different. I'd love to ask you fellas, what do you think about we've seen some aspects where they got the gigantic LED board with the team's logos on it, so that who's the home team and everything. But now you also see an element where kind of like how we're communicating right now, if you're watching the visual podcast, that is Zoom, where the fans can actually hop on Zoom and cheer for their favorite team.
Talk about the NBA finding a way to make that money, man.
Yeah,
here,
fellas.
Just hop on that Zoom. We'll pay you a couple $100. You know what I mean? Honestly, so I think it's cool, right? It's not having that environment there. I don't know. Can they hear the fans as much as
they have? They have a like the home team can like throw audio in. So I think like you can have like fans cheering and stuff.
Okay, so you can do like if.
But yeah. Like I know, like obviously, like when they were like, I think someone missed a free throw, and they were like, "Yeet!" Like, and it was.
I did hear that. Yo, bro. Okay, I wasn't going crazy. I was watching that shit. I was watching it late. I'm like, hold on a second, something's up. No, so I think, well, that's cool. Having so that kind of reminds you of. I don't know if you guys ever been to like a indoor lacrosse league game. It's the NLL. So
I've never been to one, but I mean, I know.
So the environment in general is typically that, right? So the whole time they're just playing music the entire time. They're making sounds for whether you score a goal or all that stuff, right, throughout the game. So it seems like it's gearing towards that. Maybe they got the example from that. But we'll see. I think the cardboard cutout or the Zoom stuff is kind of corny to me. I get it. They want to show some semblance of people there for the fans, but honestly, I'd be cool with just like a totally blacked out court, like the whole thing just blacked out, nothing but the court. That'd be dope.
Same. Blacked out. All that's playing is just like a soundtrack.
Yeah, and
like just music,
lights popping up or stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that'd be dope. Just to give a different setting. So if we already know it's going to be a different setting, just completely change the game. Don't put some cardboard cutouts and stuff like that. This is my thing. But
no, I think the same thing. I mean, I guess they're piping in crowd noise like they're trying to do with everything. I don't think it's going to really affect them that much. Yeah. It is what it is. I mean, the Zoom thing, like you said, the Zoom thing's super cheesy. Like
that's the thing.
Yeah. I mean, you remember with the NFL draft?
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying. You remember with the NFL draft? They had like the little Zoom people. I just thought like, okay, like, cheesy or whatever.
Yeah, trying to like, and Goodell was like making them fake boo and stuff like that. Like,
come on,
give me more. That was corny. That was too corny, man. I couldn't handle all that. That was corny. But no, Goodell was, mind you, he was falling asleep by like 10 o'clock on the chair.
Oh, dude, like, Goodell was a lazy boy.
Yeah, man. Every time you looked at him, the dude was like on the next level down the recliner.
Goodell was like, with the 166th pick. Oh.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Yeah, but man, I don't. The whole environment is, I don't know if it's necessarily what they're doing. Is it for the fans? I think it is, because I don't think the players are going to be affected by it regardless. They're just going to see some Zoom cutouts or whatever they see. But honestly, one thing that Doc Rivers made a comment on, because they had played against the Thunder. No, I'm sorry, it wasn't Doc Rivers. It was the coach of the Jazz after they played the Thunder. He was like, typically my team is not very vocal.
Right.
The team, that basically their players aren't always talking to each other nonstop on the court, or trying to confuse the other team with voice, because there's always just the crowd that you're worried about.
Yeah.
He's like, the players with the loudest voices have made the most impact. He was talking about Chris Paul. Chris Paul you can hear him on a regular non-bubble game. You can hear him screaming, telling you the plays or what to do and where to go and this, that, and other. So maybe the most vocal players mean a lot. Like LeBron's very vocal. Westbrook is hella vocal. We all know that. Harden's a little more quiet. He's a silent assassin, more so, I would say. Kemba's a silent assassin. So does that hurt them though?
But I will hurt. Go ahead, Derek.
Teams.
So will a team with a more vocal player have, would that, let's say point guard versus point guard, would that vocal point guard have more of an impact than the silent assassin? In this environment,
I think so. Cause think about it. If you're vocal, but you're on the road, right? And you're in an arena with all of the fans, you're not going to be heard.
So now they are.
So
that's why, although you love the what they are and what they do. So you love that Harden just balls out. You love that Kemba just balls out. They got to step out that voice too, man, because it might not be enough. It sounds dumb, but it really could be an impact. Because I mean, when you try to play against other players like MJ would love an empty stadium.
Oof.
All he did was break people down mentally. That was his game. If you want to talk about the best part of his game, was his way to break people down. He said
Larry Bird too.
Larry Bird, Larry Bird. Kobe.
Like
Reggie Miller.
I mean, Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller's underrated. Dude, He's underrated.
You can interview each of those older players right now, and I guarantee they tell you we would love to be in the bubble.
Oh yeah.
We'll make the players that think they're good fall apart in half a quarter.
For sure.
I guarantee they would.
For sure.
Guarantee they would. So who's going to do that?
That's actually one thing that I was noticing. Because when I was watching the scrimmage games, I was more so just watching to see how the chemistry would be, not to see if we would win or lose, like not the results. I wanted to see what the flow was going to be. And I didn't have my volume, because I was also listening to other things while I was watching the Celtics and Rockets last night. But I didn't hear the Celtics talking. That's one thing that I didn't hear them talking that much. I know they were, when they got on the sidelines, they did, but during the game, I didn't hear them discussing a lot at all.
I think I think NBA TV is notching it down a little bit.
You think so?
I think so. I watch guys' mannerisms. So, like, to Jonathan's point as well, I think The funny thing is that I think that people think that Westbrook is such vocal because he just seems vocal. His